In 1900, a strange-looking mechanical device was recovered from a shipwreck off of the island of Antikythera, Greece. Only in the 1970s was it determined that the device was an ancient mechanical computer that performed astronomical calculations. It had a manual crank control with a rate of 1 turn per day, forward or backward in time. Its user interface presented calendrical, solar, lunar, and planetary positions. The Antikythera mechanism was an arrangement of source annotations representing a classical Alexandrian solar-lunar calendar, complete with an almanac of the positions of the sun, moon, known planets, and certain stars over time. The source annotations were simply represented by the measurements of the gears and the corresponding information displayed on the front and back panels according to the positions of these gears. These source annotations describe the range of astronomical events known at the time. The organization of the mechanism consists of a main solar gear connected to a hand crank and a collection of gear trains that ultimately control the rotation of pointers indicating the calendar, lunar position and phases, the position of the sun and of all the known planets, and the nearest eclipse. The mechanism was housed in a wood frame box with bronze panels, whose physicality was obviously intrinsic to the use of the device. The back door was inscribed with what seems to be a user's guide. The Antikythera mechanism calculated the position of the moon by employing 5 gear trains to take into account the Saros, Metonic, Callippic, and Exeligmos cycles. Thus, it was able to predict the dates of solar and lunar eclipses. From a purely pragmatic perspective, the Antikythera mechanism was a relatively portable computational device that would have been used to accurately reckon a very specific calendar system and to predict the cycles of days, months, years, and Saro, as well as lunations, eclipses, and Olympic Games. It would be an invaluable tool for astronomers, mathematicians, civil engineers, and cartographers of the time. The person who operates the mechanism turns a hand-operated crank to establish a date, or contrawise confirms the current date by taking sightings and comparing with the dial settings. The front face offers a solar-lunar calendar dial, a tropical zodiac dial, and an almanac dial with rising and setting times of various stars. The rear panel offers dials representing the 5 lunar cycles. The Antikythera mechanism is reported to have had about 30 gears within a frame whose size was less than the volume of a large book. The level of miniaturization and the precision of fabrication was not thereafter seen until the next millennium. The engineering and machining would have required trial models, accurate plans, and custom tooling. There have been various modern attempts to recreate the Antikythera mechanism, or at least to recreate the model. It seems to have manifested only about a third of the Antikythera mechanism has been recovered, and no comparable equivalent has yet been found. The half artifact, with its 30 bronze gears and 82 separate pieces, has left scientists guessing about what it looked like, what it was used for, and how it worked. In 2016, scientists shared the results of a decade-long study of the artifact. Using an X-ray scanner, they documented a 3,500-character explanatory text attached to the device, like a user manual. Analysis of this text suggested that the Antikythera mechanism was not a real computer and therefore not programmable. Rather, it was a machine designed to show our place in the universe and predict celestial events, such as lunar and solar eclipses. Scientists have designed and digitally recreated this incredibly complex thing with their calculations. Scientists have created innovative mechanisms that can calculate the most advanced astronomical cycles for all of the planets and reduce the number of gears in the entire system. For example, it was not known in ancient times that the moon's orbit was elliptical. However, Whoever made this machine used a satellite gear and showed the variable movements of the moon in its elliptical orbit exactly. It is very interesting that they had this information in ancient times. No one knew that people were so advanced in those years. Then 2,000 years later, this mechanism with its complex structure emerges. The real question in this truly extraordinary situation is, who made this? Who designed it? If such a mechanism can be designed and produced, why did we not encounter such an advanced structure until the 16th century? In other words, it is strange that no remains have been found, and the mysteries regarding this mechanism do not seem to have been solved.